Well, I think if we look at the massive societal issues that we have to face as a United Kingdom and globally, the way I think that we can tackle those is through better cross-sector working. Because it's not just the public sector or just the private sector or just the voluntary sector responding to problems. It's about collectively working across those sectors and sharing good practice, leadership. I think that the voluntary sector does great work in terms of values-led leadership, responding to local needs, understanding local issues. And then the private sector obviously understands much more around maybe business and finance, etc. So I think, I think it's important that we look at how we work across sectors, that it's not about silo working, that it's about looking at the system together. And I'd absolutely love to see better parity of esteem between the voluntary or third sector and the other sectors, because the value and the difference that we make as a sector, is considerable, billions of pounds a year in the UK through volunteers giving their time. And we saw that through the pandemic, the difference that people made to their neighbours, to the local areas, because that's something they wanted to do. And I don't think sometimes we value that enough. We tend to look at GDP, GVA, etc. And I think when we're talking about diversity, equality, inclusion, the voluntary sector does great work. And I think it is, I would love to see the better parity of esteem across the three sectors. I see a real opportunity for the IOD to convene the leaders and directors from different sectors, so from the private sector, from the voluntary sector and from the public sector. Because I think particularly for the voluntary sector, there's a real opportunity and a need really for that parity of esteem. So I would really like to see more colleagues from the voluntary sector joining and more public sector as well, because I think every sector has something to offer. And I think directors across sectors have a lot to share and to learn from each other. And I think that's the way that we will be able to build more effective organisations if we work across silos. So I see a real opportunity there for the IOD to play a leading role, to lead that agenda, to bring the sectors together.